post-apocalyptic movie with killer androids and a giant robot? Sign me up! Crash and Burn's a 1990 sci-fi horror film from director Charles Band. The movie opens in the year 2030, when the ozone's depleted and megacorporations rule the world. Unicom, the biggest corporation on the planet, has banned the use of computers by civilians. So basically, this is the future after the Comcast-Time Warner merger. A lone messenger from Unicom is headed out to make a delivery to a Southwest TV station. He stops to get some food and supplies for the rest of his journey. This is Tyson. He'll be your Uncle Jesse-haired hero for the production. Tyson's watching the news.
Unicom officials said the ringleaders were using reconstructed computers to communicate with another like-minded group in the Midwest.
They were playing something called chat roulette. Upset over what Unicom is doing to people, the anchor tells everyone that he's as mad as hell and he's not going to take this anymore. Then they take him off the air. Tyson heads out to see the real-life Beavis checking out his motorcycle. Okay, we're contractually obligated to have tumbleweeds pass through every exterior shot. Tyson makes his way to one of the last remaining cable stations. Cinemax?
Well, my goodness, you actually look as if you're enjoying this, for crying out loud. He doesn't look like he's minded it too much himself.
He doesn't mind it himself. Does this guy not understand how sex works? This is the Winston Wicket Show, or Rush Limbaugh. He's interviewing two prostitutes and discussing the rise in sexually transmitted diseases since Unicom banned pleasure bots. Tyson's watching the show, and the camera girl Aaron is immediately swooning over him. For a guy who's supposed to be sort of a talk show bully, Winston isn't very good at arguing.
Well, I don't have to be told how good I am. I know how good I am.
Well, yeah, I know you know.
Maybe because you haven't had a human in a long time.
Oh, that's a pretty cheap shot, like you have.
Like she has? Isn't that the whole point of her being on the show? Tyson talks to Lathan, the guy running the station.
Look, I'm not breathing down anybody's back. I'm just making a buck.
There are no bucks to be made out here, fella.
I think these two girls would disagree.
Hey, sweetheart, you think maybe you could hold the camera just a bit steadier? We're starting to look like an amateur hour around here.
Yes, the camera work is what's making the show look bad, not the tic-tac-toe walls or the banner that looks like it was drawn by a kindergartner. Tyson's talking to Aaron and tells her how he works for Unicom.
You don't look like a corporate geek.
That's because I'm a Star Trek geek. Tyson goes outside to get the Freon.
Jesus Christ. Is that what I think it is?
Is that a prop from Robot Jocks? Aaron tells Tyson she's been tinkering with the wreckage of the giant robot and almost has it back up and running. There's a thermal storm coming, so Aaron offers Tyson a place to stay until it passes. She introduces him to Quinn, the station's handyman. Tyson notices Paris, the hot school teacher, and proceeds to leer a little too long.
And the result was? Carrie, are you with us this evening?
Yeah, I'm here, teacher. Well, 9 governments couldn't pay their national debt, so Unicom took over responsibility.
Good, right. And it can't happen again because why?
Because
Unicom is a free enterprise bureaucracy dedicated to the concepts of life, liberty, and the pursuit of economic stability.
Awful pretty for a school teacher.
Tumbleweeds. The group sits down to eat and have awkward dinner conversation.
Well, you know, it's funny. I've always wondered what I'd look like in one of those bikinis women used to wear.
You wouldn't catch me dead wearing one of those.
That's because you're not grown up enough to fill one out yet.
Winston, Sandra, and Christy also need a place to stay for a few days until the storm passes.
Oh, I'm not going to touch anything. Come on downstairs, girls. I'm going to play doctor.
Help us. At dinner, Paris was wondering what she'd look like in a bikini. I'm thinking she'd look exactly like this. This upsets Aaron because of her lack of boobies. Nothing a push-up bra won't fix. Lathan's working on the station's computer when someone kills him. This shorts out the electricity, so the air shuts off. I wonder who the killer is. Let's see. Everyone is uncomfortable and sweaty, and then they slowly zoom in on Quinn, who's sleeping peacefully. Nope, I have no idea. An alarm goes off, and dear God, get Winston a shirt. Aaron goes looking for her grandfather, and unfortunately finds him. Just then, a big gust of wind sends the satellite dish crashing into the roof of the building. Nothing like dramatic timing. Quinn, Tyson, and Winston get into an argument. Drenched in sweat, dry as a bone. No one notices this? Aaron's trying to tell Tyson that the old man was murdered. She explains Lathan was jamming Unicom's signal, which is why he was killed. Quinn and Tyson go outside to fix the generator, or maybe to go skiing. Without electricity, they have no water. They aren't even going to wait to see if Quinn can fix the generator? Nope. Drink out of the toilet. Don't take the water from the bowl. Take it from the tank, you idiot. Thankfully, they fixed the generator, so they don't have to drink from the toilet. The guys come back, and Quinn politely declines sex.
How about you? Is there anything I can do for you?
I'm okay.
Tyson finds Aaron. She shows him her computer setup. Yo, this thing's got a 28.8 BPS modem. Then she cuts him to make sure he's not a synthoid. She tells him her grandfather was a member of the Independent Liberty Union, a group fighting Unicom. He found out that a synthoid infiltrated the group and was trying to figure out who it was. Aaron explains what's going on, and they all cut themselves to find out who's the synthoid. Winston doesn't want to do it, so Quinn grabs him and cuts him. Everyone bled, so they have no idea who the synthoid is. Everyone goes to sleep, and Tyson puts the moves on Paris, so we get this money shot for the back of the VHS box. Winston's sausage fingers are all infected. Tyson has that moment of clarity you get after sex, and heads out to confirm his suspicions. He grabs Lathan's shotgun, and checks on the Freon he delivered. Turns out it's really synthoid coolant, which looks just like blood. Aaron's hacking the planet, and makes sure that the giant robot's still working. All right, finally, we get some... Oh, she shuts it down again. Never mind, nothing to see here. Aaron hears someone and goes to hide. Hold on, if she's hiding here, whoever's walking this way should be able to see her over here. Quinn finds her and tries to kill her. Oh my god, he's the killer. No way. There weren't any clues at all. Tyson shows up to save the day. Aaron stabs him in the face with a hair pick and... What is a synthoid skin made out of silly putty? Tyson could not be a worse shot. Point blank range, clips part of his arm. You have to try to miss at this distance with a shotgun. This activates Quinn's grumpy cat chip. Quinn's acting is headed dangerously into Nicolas Cage territory.
So now there's only one mission left. To protect the company's synthoid program from any outside interference. And you two... with your goddamn questions and unpatriotic opinions, have definitely interfered.
Tyson explains to Aaron how he knew that Quinn was a synthoid.
Caught on Wicked's hand swelled up way too fast. Coolant is lethal in the blood. Quinn slashed him right after he used it. You never even got a chance to wipe the blade.
How did he know this? Tyson was having sex while this was going on, and then right afterwards he went to go get the gun and go after Quinn. There never was a moment where he stops to see Winston's cut. Aaron goes to tell everyone about Quinn. Don't bring everyone along or anything. Just tell them who the killer is and leave them alone and unarmed. Quinn taunts Winston before ripping his arm out. Christy's taking a shower and Quinn shows up to get what she offered earlier. Part of the way through Robopenis, Christy realizes that Quinn is a synthoid, so he electrocutes her. Quinn kills Sandra and Tyson shoots him into the microwave, which kills him. No, it doesn't. He's got plenty of ammo. Why not shoot the head off of him just to be safe? Nah. Let's leave the killing machine alone with the teenage girl so she can take pictures of it. The group heads outside to get away when, naturally, Quinn tries to stop them. Tyson goes to finish him off when a pillar falls and traps the two of them. Why are you yelling? I'm right here. Aaron activates the giant robot. Finally! Quinn rips off his legs and goes after Tyson. Aaron shows off her mech warrior skills by lifting the metal off Tyson and stepping on Quinn. Then the robot shorts out and falls over. All that build up for, 3 minutes of screen time? Aaron gets a message that there is another synthoid. Huh? Okay, if she's the second evil synthoid, why does she wait until now to kill him? Why didn't she kill him when he was trapped outside?
Hey. Kiss this.
Aaron and Tyson then head to another TV station to give them the pictures of the synthoid to expose Unicom. Hey, you know that girl that you were developing feelings for, but turned out to be an evil robot that I killed?
Yeah, well, she was only gonna break your heart. Right after she ripped it out.
Too soon. The movie was filmed mostly in Los Angeles, California, for about $1 million. This was the first film to be released under the Full Moon Entertainment label, which unleashed a barrage of awesome low-budget direct-to-video movies in the 1990s. When the movie was released in Europe, they retitled it to Robot Jox 2: Crash and Burn. Crash and Burn uses the same opening theme as Robot Jox, as well as similar poster art, but the film was not a sequel. It was actually a standalone film that was intended to be the start of a new franchise, but it didn't take off like they hoped. hoped. Meanwhile, a bunch of Full Moon's other movies, Trancers, Puppet Master, Subspecies, Doll Man, and Demonic Toys, all were successful enough to warrant multiple sequels. The giant robot in the film was a 4-foot-tall puppet that was controlled by 6 people. This movie has an awesome low-budget pedigree. Edited by Ted Nicolau, director of TerrorVision and Bad Channels. Produced by Dave Dakota, director of Creepazoids, A Talking Cat, and about 1 million of those 1313 movies. And directed by Charles Band, the head of Full Moon. The cast was also impressive, with Paul Gaynes from Dallas, Ralph Waite from The Waltons, Ava LaRue from Santa Barbara, Jack McGee from NYPD Blue, and Bill Moseley from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, Army of Darkness, and tons of other genre favorites. This was Megan Ward's first movie. She was a Full Moon favorite for a while, popping up in Trancers 2, Trancers 3, and Arcade, before moving on to Party of 5 and Melrose Place. This was one of the first Full Moon movies I saw when I was younger, and it's still one of my favorites. Even though it borrows and rips off elements of everything from The Terminator, RoboCop, The Thing, to Alien, it still feels like its own movie. It is dumb at times, and the robots are inconsistent in their orders. The concept of a post-ecological disaster that brings on the apocalypse is a cool concept that really doesn't get used too often. Also, the movie had a neat visual cue that you don't notice the first time. When they show Quinn at various points, you know he's the killer, but there are some times when they focus on Paris. On the first go-through, you don't think anything of it, but seeing it again, you notice that they're pointing her out as a synthoid as well.
I can't trust you, who can I?
This movie reminds me of the glory days of Full Moon. Now they're cranking out films like The Ginger Dead Man, and while that series is enjoyable, I would gladly trade all the evil Bong movies for just one legitimate crash and burn sequel.
Are you Batman?
No.